The Nelson Mandela Bay district is hosting the National Sport is Future tournament today. The acting Police Commissioner Zithulele Dladla is expected to officially open the event, which is aimed at fighting crime. Our reporter Siphosethu Booi is standing by to tell us more on this as to the response by the officials in terms of combating crime. How are they hoping this will help?
You will recall that the areas of Galvindale, just to name a few, Helenville, Malabar, KwaZakhele, New Brighton, are areas that are flagged as hotspot areas for crime here in the Eastern Cape, especially in Gqeberha. You find that these are areas that are mostly dominated by the issue of thieves, issues of gangs, and these are all elements of crime that are exposed merely to these young people that live in and around these areas. So this particular event is an event that will, of course, put together the young people of these areas I mentioned: Helenville, Galvindale, Katanga, KwaZakhele, including New Brighton. This is where the event will take place, and it is a national event. It first was introduced in Pretoria, and now we're seeing it become a tournament that will be gladly celebrated throughout the district, especially in Gqeberha. And of course, Sergeant Majola will be speaking to us later on in the day, more so about the number of teams that will be participating and also how they actually put together these teams, because you will recall, like I mentioned, that these areas are areas where crime is mostly rife, and also the issue of substance abuse, and also just building that trust between community members, including substance abusers and users who want to turn off a new leap of faith as far as changing their decisions and also making better decisions for themselves, and also the issue of the stigma that is always carried out in communities, where you find that if a person used to be a person who was a member of a gang, or a person who has dropped out of school and they've always had the dream or the passion for sport, now they have this particular stigma that they called, or certain names that they're called by. So this is that gap that will be bridged between the communities, including these substance abusers, to say that they are supported and they're also welcomed back in the community, as far as making sure that they change their lives around. So we've seen Chapman High School learners who are also making their way into this particular event and this tournament, and it is set to start at 10. And it seems as though it's going to be a situation of Kasi versus Kasi, because I see Boys and Sparks team is also here, and it's also known for playing very good football. KwaZakhele as well is boasting a number of teams that will be playing. So it is an eventful day that is set out to take place today, starting at 10 a.m. this morning.
Okay, we'll get all the action coming through you a little bit later on in the day. Siphosethu Booi, thank you very much. From the